Stream started.
Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Hi, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Anybody out there? Not Joker. Anybody here today? Is my audience with me in the
Hi,
room?
hand pink waving.
Ah, hello. Welcome. Welcome. It's the first time I see you in my channel. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Corby. Welcome. Yeah, I was just watching my numbers on the stream. They don't look too good. Yeah. Welcome. How are you today, Kirby? How are you doing? By the way, last stream I was talking about how I try to dye my hair, trying to match my model, same hair color, right? And I ended up with this weird, what call it, color variation that I don't quite know how to describe. Doing all right, not much happening for a Friday. Nice. At least you are hopefully enjoying the Friday. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to dye my hair the same color my model, and let's say the colors I got were very weird. It's not the first time I tried to do so. So basically, I got on this area of my head, right here, on the top, I got this like cotton candy kind of color, like this one, right? And a little lower, I got this weird like orangey yellow, like this, like about this height on my head, right? And then I got this weird platinum blonde, also really pale platinum blonde, a little bit lower, right? So I have this shade that goes from cotton candy pink to an like platinum orange, and then goes down to a platinum blonde. Depending on the lighting, it can actually look completely cotton candy colored, or it might look white, like my model's white.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, Ricardo. How are you? Welcome. I was saying I checked my hair color that I was talking about last time. And I got this like cotton candy color on the top of my head, on this area, right? And then lower down, I have this platinum orange. It's the best way I can describe it. And lower on the rest of the hair, I have like this platinum blonde. But depending on the lighting, I can actually look like pure white if I'm in the correct lighting. Yeah, which is quite impressive. It actually looks pretty nice. It looks like this like fantasy color that I didn't expect. Yeah, it looks very, what to call it, anime. It's a bit on the veins of the, what is that called? Sweet Lolita kind of color scheme that I didn't actually expect to get. Yeah, it looks pretty nice, surprisingly. And my hair basically changes colors depending on the lighting. Yeah. And I'm not saying the regular normal hair change in colors. Mine is very noticeable. Going from like almost white, pure white, to suddenly being cotton candy pink, which I did not expect. Yeah, so basically, given my analysis, I put too much pink, too little blue and purple, but not by much. It was like just a smidge off to the actual color I needed to use. So yeah, I feel like this time I got the closest color I have gotten to my model. Yeah, which is pretty funny. Yeah. Also, today, we will see. I have the feeling I'm going to either succeed, like getting the color as I wanted, or I will completely fail and I will end up with another extremely strange color. Yeah. Also, today I published the waiting room for the stream a little bit late because I wanted to make the gradient fade for the thumbnail and I couldn't figure out how to do it. Yeah, I was watching tutorials. Yes. Yes. Tutorials, yes.
That hermit rant stream has been going on for 8 hours now, lol.
Hello, Basil. I did see that stream. I was actually very curious. I ended up watching like for 5 minutes or something of the sort. Yeah. I found it extremely funny. Yeah. Yes. I was doing some reviews on the footage I got from the game from The Legend of Zelda that I have been streaming, and I realized some very interesting stuff. Yeah. For example, the hook shot. You would think, given its functionality, it would be a dungeon item. You found a good mobile game, not on microtransactions. That's very rare. Yeah. Let me clear the screen. It actually sounds interesting. Yeah. Hello, John.
Hello.
Hello. It's Shattered Pixel Dungeon. I might actually look it up. I'm curious to see what kind of game it is. Yeah. Yeah, I was doing an analysis on the items we have so far in the game, and I realized the hookshot is in a very interesting situation because I believe we got it in the graveyard, and so far I have not really seen any like enforced use of the hookshot, like at all. It's very weird actually. I find it very strange. The location of the hookshot within the game is very random. Like, you're required to actually enter the forest temple, right? But you don't actually use it within the forest temple. I don't know if you noticed that. Also, when you get the hookshot, there is no tutorial on how to use it, like other items within the game, right? They are treating the hookshot like they treat the deco nuts or deco sticks, right? Which is very weird, because it's an item that it could potentially be a dungeon item, right? But for some reason, is treated very uniquely in such a way where you almost see it as an afterthought. Yeah. It's very weird, it's very sudden, right? Because in the analysis I have done of the other dungeons, you can see a perfect pattern where the moment they give you the dungeon item, they basically give you a series of puzzles and encounters, and that basically encourage the use of the dungeon item, right? Pretty much. which is very weird because for the hookshot in particular, you don't get a tutorial. You are not required to immediately use it to leave the room. On the contrary, you get stuck in that room until you learn the Song of Time, right? Basically learn that you can remove the time blocks using that song, right? So they are giving you the tutorial for the Song of Time at the end of the race where you get the hook shot, right? Because before that point, you are not actually required to use the song to progress. Which is actually very strange. A very weird decision. Yeah. And even in the immediate next dungeon, where you are required to use the hook shot to enter the dungeon, within the dungeon you don't actually are required to use it. I believe I saw one particular instance, maybe two, where you could use the hook shot, basically. But I believe one of those two was an optional chest, and the other was not really required for you to use the hook shot. You could just use the vines to reach the same location, right? So that was very weird. Yeah, I was analyzing that and it feels weird. It's almost as if the location of the hook shot was not the originally intended location for it. Yeah. Almost as if they moved the hook shot from the location where it was at the last minute during development. Yeah. Because when you think about it, the race where you get the hook shot will feel more natural if you get a hard piece instead of a hook shot. Such an essential item hidden in a very weird location, right? It's a very, very important location. But this only made important by the hook shot. Otherwise, it's basically optional.
E.
Yeah. E. Yes, I was thinking about it just before the stream. It was a bit weird. Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. I was thinking about it. That actually made me consider the positions of other items within the structure of Ocarina of Time. And I was thinking about one particular set of items that feel really out of place, thinking back at my first playthrough of the game. The iron boots. The iron boots, the dungeon where you basically use it the most is the water temple, right? But you don't get the iron boots on the water temple. You get the outside of the temple. And the actual item, dungeon item of the water temple is the long shot. And that feels really weird because most of the puzzles are based on the iron boots, right? So I'm starting to feel that maybe the dungeon item for the water temple was supposed to be the iron boots. Another item that feels like it should have been a dungeon item is the ice arrows. They feel like these were items that you would think it would be essential, right? It feels like it's an item that should be a dungeon item, should be important, right? But ask yourself this. Is there any point in the whole game where you are required to use the ice arrows? When you think about it, there isn't. That's extremely weird. Yeah. Huh. Also, the location of the iron boots is a bit weird within the structure of the game. You get the iron boots on the ice cavern, right? But you don't actually use the item anywhere in the ice cavern. There is not even a tutorial for the item within the cavern, which is very strange because when you think about the structure of the ice cavern, the item you use the most within that place is actually the blue fire, right? And that is not actually an item. It's basically a one-off item that you only get in that particular mini dungeon, which feels very off. Yeah, it feels like at the last minute they grab a bunch of items and basically shuffle them around within the game for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, there is something off there. Yeah. I feel like the ice arrows should have been a dungeon item, right? Yeah, the more I think about it, it feels like something's off. Yeah, something feels like what's moved in the last second. Yeah. It's very weird. Well, we will see once we reach those temples. I'm going to be very, 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 very careful while analyzing those. You are going to see me literally going to a room and stand there for 10-20 minutes at a time, just observing the room and talking to myself randomly. Yeah. I'm going to be hyper analyzing those dungeons very, very carefully. Yeah. Average Verthandy behavior. Yeah. Those particular dungeons feel very off when I think back to them. Yeah. The one that feels the most out of place is actually The water temple. Is the one that feels the most, what to call it, improvised? When you think about it in the common structure of the Zelda formula, that one just feels kind of off for some reason. Yeah. You wouldn't understand a lot of implications. Yeah, the ice arrows, the boots, the long shot, and the hook shot feel like they are weird. Yeah. Another thing is that the long shot is an upgrade for the hook shot, right? But that also feels a bit weird because every other upgrade for the different items is optional, right? But that one in particular is mandatory, which feels very weird, right? Yeah, I need to analyze that. Where in the game do you require the long shot? Where the hook shot is not enough? I kinda want to check that. Yeah. Because I'm starting to feel that maybe the hook shot was the only version at first, and then late in development they realized they needed to extend the hook shot for some reason, and then they made the upgrade at the last moment. Yeah. Just one or two sections of the water temple? That's very weird. In the next dungeons, do you need to actually use the long shot? I don't remember the sequence of the dungeons because I often just do them very randomly. Yeah. I need to check where in the other dungeons you are required to use the long shot. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, there is something off there. The long shot is just in the Spirit Temple. Oh. Yeah, I need to do an in-depth analysis of the structure of the game and where you get what, so I can actually figure out what's happening there. Yeah. Those parts could have been modified to require that. Yes, that's another thing. Maybe they added those sections into other temples to require the long shot, just to give it a news, basically. Yeah, something feels off there. The other item that also feels a bit weird is the fire arrows. Fire arrows. Yeah, those you don't even get in a dungeon. You literally shoot the sun to get them, right? So that's also kinda weird. Yeah. Huh. There is actually a lot of stuff that is weird about Ocarina of Time. Huh. Yeah, I need to write that down. I'm going to make an in-depth analysis of the location of the items and why are they there. Because the hook shot feels like it was moved. It feels like it was part of that dungeon and then they moved it. Yeah. Reminds me of the meme of a guy pointing a gun at the sun as a solution to global warming. I think they were too ambitious and they had to cut things down later. Yeah. But I kinda want to figure it out. Because it's easy to just dismiss it as, hey, they ran out of time or they ran out of space in the cartridge, so you need to cut stuff off. And they decided to just do a patchwork, right? I want to analyze why they place stuff in that sequence and how that affects the rest of the structure of the game. Yeah. Because, yeah, they might just run out of money or resources or something. But even if that was not the idea, they will for sure affect the actual flow and the structure of the game by moving such important items around, right? No, maybe a developer got bored and thought making a rocket ship would be funny. Kidnap the developers and for some answers about them? It would be interesting, yes. But then again, I need to polish off my Japanese if I want to do a one-to-one interview without needing someone in the middle to translate. Yeah. That is not actually that difficult. My Japanese actually is already on the conversational level. I just need to practice it, right? Because my brain cannot really switch to Japanese easily and has a hard time processing information in Japanese. So basically I would need to, I suppose the easier way would be to make Japanese only streams. Yeah. Actually, I think I could, depending on how many subscribers I get, I might be able to talk to this one guy I know who has connections in the game development industry and have him facilitate the interview. Yeah, I just need to make my videos really good, right? If my videos are a hit, I might be able to convince him to actually request an interview. Yeah, because I doubt Nintendo is going to be welcoming to me interviewing some of the guys. Yeah. For half a second, you thought you were about to say you could actually kidnap the devs. Well, there is always the option to force the interview using my connections, but that would be difficult. Yeah. Because while I have a lot of sway in certain areas as a novel, right? Even though I don't have as much power as my uncles in the family, I can still move people using my last name, right? But I don't think that power actually extends to Japan. I will need to go through a third party. Yeah. It might not be that difficult. I could maybe figure it out. to force an interview, but it would be a project in not itself. Yeah. I will need to figure out who within my circles has contacts on the Japanese government. And then once I get the contact, I need to convince that contact to look for people who has connections to Nintendo within their circle. So I need to maybe jump 3 or 4 times from contact to contact until I actually reach Nintendo. Yeah. And there is no guarantee that Nintendo will agree. Still, they will be more willing to listen. Yeah. But I don't think they would be easier to convince. Yes. They will hear me out, but they won't actually be any easier to convince, I believe. Yeah, because my contacts by default are going to have to be people within the Japanese government. Yeah. I don't want to go through the Yakuza. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Like at all. So, yeah. It will have to be through the government. Yeah. It will be funny, yes. Actually do it through those channels will be extremely funny. But I believe the easier way to do it is to make some impressive analysis videos of the dungeons and then use that as a bargaining chip with this guy I know who has contacts in the gaming industry and see if he can actually set up an interview with someone at Nintendo. Yeah. That would be the easier way. Yes. The other route, it would be very difficult. It would be very tiresome because I will need to interact with that side of the family. Yeah. Analyze the subliminal messages hidden with the lower as well, textures of a specific area. You are talking about the Fire Temple and the... What was it? It was a Middle Eastern religious symbols within the Fire Temple? Or was it the chanting? Yeah. I don't know if the version I'm using to do the playthrough actually has the chanting. Yeah. No offense, but I have the feeling if you pull the right strings, you could actually order my murder. Actually, I never actually tried to do that. I don't know how much sway I have in that area, because I do know that one chick, that girl that got me shot, right? So I could maybe negotiate with her. And I don't know if her family has any contacts in Brazil. They might be actually doing it, capable of doing it, right? But I don't know if actually I have any sway in that. Yeah, because my contacts in the underworld are very thin. They're very both low quality and never used, right? So it would probably be difficult. At least to do it outside my city would be hard. Yeah. It would be 20% chance that I can actually pull it off. Yeah, and it's probably going to cost me a lot of money. Yeah. I never actually tried to do something like that. Yeah. I'm more likely to do it myself than actually use contacts to do that kind of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, outside my immediate area, outside the city, actually maybe I could have some kind of influence. Like 80% sure I could pull it off within the state, I mean, right? But beyond that, it would become way harder for me to pull it off. Yeah, when it comes to underground connections. If we're talking government connections, that sounds way more easier. Yeah. But that influence diminishes once you leave my country. Yeah. That's why I could maybe contact the Japanese government to get a contact us from Nintendo. Maybe I could do that, but then once I'm talking to someone in Japan, my influence would be pretty much zero. I would be treated like a random diplomat, right? Yeah, so I will be treated like maybe a VIP, but I will not really have any sway within the Japanese government, right? So it will have to be done by basically doing favors. Yeah. Yeah, doing it by convincing this other YouTuber to actually set up an interview would be way easier. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, shall we move on to the game? Because I'm seeing I've been speaking for quite a long time.
Stream started. Hi, hand pink waving. Hello, that hermit rent stream has been going on for 8 hours now lol. Hello. E.
Music. Let me actually move myself, so I'm not blocking that much of the screen. Game time. 1 second, I want to see chat. There we go. Okay, so we have 2 medallions. That's actually funny. That makes me feel like I missed one dungeon because basically you get 1 medallion for free. And I start on the... Hold on. In the Temple of Time. Okay. So where to now, actually? Wow! Yeah. Let's see where the game wants me to go. Yeah. Wait, you're not going to tell me where to go? Huh. I thought she would tell me where to go. That's odd. Okay. So right now we can go to that mountain. But there is something I kinda want to check. I have the arrows, I have the quick shot. Can I go get the ice arrows? What was the song again? Ah, I forgot. Epona song. Okay, I got it. Whenever I play the Epona song, I hear something very funny. I hear Figaro, Figaro. Figaro, Figaro. Hello. Okay, so I believe Gerudo Fortress, which way was it? I believe it's over here. Yeah? By the way, can you hear the game just fine? Any problems? Just to make sure. Sound is okay? Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is Gerudo Valley. Okay, so here I believe you need to check the Tactotista, right? They broke the bridge. I want to fix it, but my workers are gone. Ah, here is the... Whoa. The mailman? I believe there was a secret in this area. My brain is kind of telling me that there is something here. Was this the only thing? I don't quite remember. I have a feeling that there is something here in the back of the tent. My brain is telling me, do you remember that secret you once found fooling around with the bombs? Was it here? No? Here? No. That cloud of that mountain. Ah, so they are actually pushing you towards that mountain. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let's just go to the fortress. Ah. Yeah, the grottos are very well hidden, I would say. Ah. Ouch. Wow. Now that I think about it, if you don't have the hook shot, wouldn't you be stuck down here? Because you can actually get hit without the hook shot, right? Huh. I never actually thought about that. I see there is that one right there. I believe here is better to use arrows, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they don't really check on you, if I remember correctly. Okay, we got the arrows back. There is nothing in this room. Okay. So I'm now back where I came from. Lovely. It's so easy to get lost in this fortress. Okay. You're just bad with directions. Huh, that's one weird bit of obstacle right there. Backpack over it? That would be interesting. Money and not much else. Okay. So that just leads over there. Okay, there is this. I believe there is a fight right here. Hello. Shit! What? Wait, a single hit is enough to send you to the prison? I was not aware of that. I thought it was a legit fight. I didn't know it was a single hit. Huh. That's surprising. I don't remember that. It was not a single hit. There we go. Isn't Turlin during a score for the area? Yes, it is. It actually is. Yes. The only reason why you would do that is if you want to style on them. Yeah. Hello. Ichiro, the carpenter. So they're basically were simping. There are 3 more of my fellows consuming capture, so I need to find 3 more guys. Now that I think about it, this is a quest where you need to save the ugly guys from the hot women. I never realized how much kinda backwards that was. Right? The hot women imprison the hot men in their fortress. And they are not letting them go. Right? That's... I never actually noticed how they basically flip the roles. Yeah. Okay, there is one right there. There's nothing over here. Okay. Ah. I need to do some maintenance on my controller because it's a bit Steve. Ah. Ah, shit! Ah. I know where to go. I just need to... Shit! I didn't manage to shoot. Yeah, it's just that it's very difficult to aim with the controller. It would be easier if I could just aim with the mouse. Ah, I missed. Really? Ah, whatever. I don't need to off here. I can just go in here. Okay, so I wanted to go over here. Ah, I didn't mean to stand on that. But might as well use it.
Happy cat face emoji.
Hello. Welcome, Vinicius. Santana. Got it. Okay, so we have this that leads outside. Up. And what's over here? Okay, we got one. That's two. Okay. I need to recover a little bit. Let's see, we have these leads up to outside. What's over here? Over here, this leads outside also. Okay. So we are right here. I don't quite remember the structure or the fortress, actually. I did not notice that before. I came from here, right? That gap, I don't think I can jump. Okay, so let's go back in here. This place is... Ah, shit. Lovely. This is going to take a while. Ah, really? The worst part is you cannot really target lock on them. Actually, let me just snipe them from here. I can actually do that. Okay, so let's see. What's over here? Is mechanic kinda sucks? Yes, immediate failure states are usually not nice. Okay, this is the second one. This room is smaller, actually. That's probably what makes this one a little bit harder. Ah, shit. Oh, shit. Ah. So, you lose if you receive a certain amount of damage, I suppose? Yeah. I might need to destroy some boxes to recover some arrows. Too high. Yeah, this control is not easy to aim. It was actually easier to actually aim with the actual N64 controller, if I remember correctly. That was too high. Ah, I didn't mean to double tap that. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, let's go in. I didn't care. Ah, the fuck? That's annoying. Ah. The worst part is that you don't get the arrows back. It wouldn't be so bad if you didn't lose the arrows. Maybe I can just sneak past those. No need to... Okay. always wonder if the noises she makes is actually something, if it means something. Because sometimes you hear her like breathe heavily. So I've been wondering if that is meant to signify something in particular. You're a cute kid? Wow. Yeah, somehow these carpenters actually know how many of them are still trapped, which is kind of funny. That's a heart, that's something I don't need. And it leads outside, I believe. Right here, somehow. From that door over there, I got to this spot. Yeah. There is that one right there. Ah, the fuck! It immediately turned around, huh? That's so annoying. Ah! It's hard to aim with this thing. You would think using a controller it would be easier. But it's actually not for some reason. Okay, so here we go down and then back up. And this exit leads to the rooftop over the thingy. Can I get some arrows, please? I cannot trust she won't see me from there, so... There we go. I believe there is only one entrance over here, if I'm not incorrect. Yeah. That's the next guy. There is actually two guys right here, huh? Oh, this one is opened. Only rupees, no arrows. Hello. I wish the dialogues were at least a bit different. Yeah. They are very recycled. Oh, so they actually get confused if you dodge them in that attack. They lose sight of you. Huh. Interesting. Gotcha. Saboro the carpenter. So we are missing one person. Yeah. As they always run away when fighting the same girl, no? Yeah, that's probably a good explanation of what's going on here. Indeed. No arrows, really. Still no arrows. That makes me like my priority drop, the one that I implemented in my game, even more. Knowing that this one disappoints the player so much because of the drops. Thank you, finally. Ah, shit. This was near the place where I came in last time, right? So I just need to find one more gel. Okay, so I came from that place. I believe I already went up here, right? Didn't I? Yeah, I already came up here. Oh, you can actually see them all from here. Oh. Ah. Why is this so hard to aim? Okay. I will take that, and I believe the only path to go is through here. Right here. Now the doors has been explored. So this should lead me to the correct location I need to go. I already went in here, right? Or did I not? I kinda feel like I already did. Right? I already entered through here. What is a door I have not explored? That one right there. This one. Jackpot. Wait. No. I already came through here, right? Just entered from the other direction. At least I got arrows. So I came from here. Where did that leave? Oh, right. Okay. So this goes through that. That one goes below and comes up top. This way goes exactly where? This leads to... this door, okay. Yeah. And I already know those two exist. So, over here, there has to be one door that I have not taken somewhere. Ah, really? I thought I could actually go through there. Okay, so maybe that door above me? Could that be the one I'm missing? Really? Can I not really not grab onto that? I already got to the gun? So where am I missing exactly? A door. Ah. I'm missing one guard. I'm missing one prisoner, I mean. No, Navi. So I came here, right? I beat this guy. We went out. There is a lot of money right there. We went up here. Did I already take this door right here? Yes, that's the entrance through here. I could check. Ah, damn it. We might be a bit lost. Yeah, just a tiny bit lost. Okay, so there is nothing here. You already came through here. Cannot you backflip for this? You cannot. Yeah, it leads to the top one, I believe. Yeah, it leads over here. And from here, I believe there is no... Wait. Can I shoot from here? I cannot. Let's see. I already touched that one. I already touched those two. I didn't mean to talk to you. There is that. I went through there. I went through there and there. I went to the tree below. Maybe I'm missing one in the middle, like right in that crevice. Right? So if I go through here and go up here, I come out right here, right? So the door I'm missing, I believe, is that one up there. I believe that's the door I'm missing. Okay, so I need to off the guard right here without getting captured. Ah, stupid controller. Come on, come here. Thank you. Okay, now that we are here, I need to off these two. That's one. And that's two. Ah, that was a bit too much arrows right there. Yeah. Okay. So from here, I believe I need to go over here-ish. Right? And here, we are right here. So our target would be down there. This one right here, I believe. Ah. I cannot tell if there is guards in there. Damn it! Damn it! Ah! I... Ah! Well, at least I know where to go, I believe. Okay, I got my arrows back. Now let's go back up. Okay, so the goal is right here. Okay, I'm going to wait here. Ah. Damn it! Did you see that miss right there? That was quite a failure. That's non-exit. There we go. Finally. This is literally one of the most remote cells in the entire fortress. Yeah. Yeah, this dungeon would be easier if the aiming wasn't so hard. Gotcha. Ah. Nice. Ah. I was afraid you're going to forget about me. When I'm Shiro. Hmm. Nice. Oh, I think your fang work. Get past the guard here. You must be cultivating skills. The exalted Naboru, our leader, put me in charge of this fortress. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so now the guards will not bother us. Like the Mantis village in Hollow Knight? Yeah, basically. Oh, you need to actually try. Okay. So this is where you get the, I believe the, what called the ice arrows, right? This is, I believe, the second time we encountered these slidey things, the spiky Roombas. 1 minute to defeat all enemies. Gotcha. That's one key. Okay. Gather the jiggles of white while the traps and danger. So I need to grab. Ah, damn it. There is nothing up there. I don't remember. Ah, I don't actually reach that much of this dungeon, actually. So you actually need the long shot right there? Huh. That's weird. I don't remember that being the case. I wanted to check what's over here. Anything over here? Nope. Okay. Got it. Ah, shit. Really? That doesn't count? Come on. There we go. No certain squad will confront the impossible mysteries. Really? Where are you? Yeah, it seems I cannot really progress because I'm missing an item. Yeah. And that's not a real door. Yeah, just as I thought. I suppose I cannot really complete this right now. Huh? Well then, never mind. Ouch. Yeah, never mind. I cannot actually go through here. Sadly. Okay, let's go back then. I kinda wanted to get the ice arrows so I could basically experiment with yeah, it's basically an endgame area. It's very weird. I wanted to test the arrows, like see if I could use them in different dungeons to see if they had an actual purpose in winning the game. But it seems they are very end-game item for some reason. If they were OP, people would use them more often, right? But that's not the case. People never use the SRs in general. So that's what makes things so weird about this. Yeah.
E.
These are just telling you about the challenges. E. Hello. Hello, hello. Hmm. The leader of the Kansas Thieves is Naboru. She's experimenting in brainwashing many people at the ruins of the desert. That's weird. I never knew that plot line. That Naboru was trying to brainwash people. Huh. That was new. It might be a time problem. They utilize them a lot more in Majora's Mask, and I assume the element for that started right after Ocarina of Time was finished. Actually, Majora's Mask was even more rushed than Ocarina of Time, if I remember. They made Majora within like a 6 months time frame. Yeah, Majora was really rushed, if I recall correctly. Ah, it doesn't jump. Fun enough, people at Nintendo like to do that, where they basically reuse an idea they could not actually put into work in a previous game in the next. Yeah. Yeah, it makes me question the NES arrows. It really makes me question their function. Their original function, I mean. Yeah. Yeah, because even here in Kakariko, there is no clear use for the hook shot, right? Even though you get it right here. Yeah, asset reuse is not the issue. It's more like they don't really... These particular items, when in the context of the game, feel like they had a previously different use. Yeah. Because it doesn't feel consistent between dungeons, the structure, the philosophy. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is this thing right here. How many sculpturas do I have? I think I might actually have enough for a new price. I have 22. Yeah, I think I can actually get something. Hold on, let me pay a visit to the spider house. Actually, I can actually take advantage of something else right here. I need to switch that. I'm just going to take a moment to heal. Let's see. We already talked to this guy, I believe. Next guy is this guy. Yeah, the Stone of Agony. It will tell you if there are secrets. I suppose that was the point of the hidden grottos and secrets within the game. You are supposed to use the rumble pack in the original game to detect secrets. Yeah, maybe that was the point. That's why they had no actual cues. Yeah. Maybe it actually tells you about the location of the holes. I need to check. I don't remember if it actually did that. Three potions. Nice. I like that if you know a few secrets, you can actually get free stuff. Let me check. There is supposed to be a hole right here, right? I believe it was in this area. I don't see the thing reacting. Or was it over here? No, it's not reacting. Huh. Hold on. Let me check. Do we have the rumble feature enabled? Hold on. Cross emulation, process cookies plugin. Background inputs, functions, shortcuts. Does this thing have a rumble feature? I wonder. It doesn't look like it. Well, whatever. Let us continue. Yeah, maybe the Stone of Agony was the point for you to get the secrets. I believe that might be the chance, the reason. A lot of the secrets were so hard to detect. Yeah. You can just bomb every square inch of the map. It feels like you actually need to do that, right? To find everything. Yeah. Ah! Let's see, I believe I need to go to Boron City because I need the red tonic. Yeah. I just need to buy that. There is also this sculpture right there. Ah, shit. Well, maybe I can reach it from here. Is that an option? It seems like it is. Oh, or maybe it isn't. I got it. What's up? Yeah, I know. No. Wait, it's not opening. Wait. What did I need to do to actually open the... Oh, I need to stop the guy. Yeah. I remember now. Not here. Ah. Yeah, that guy. The body block. Hello. Dodongo Buster.
I think Goron City soundtrack would be perfect song to play at my wake.
Really? You should do it. It would be funny. Hmm. Hmm. I don't remember having to speak to him this much. There we go. I believe there was something here that I needed. No, there wasn't. I believe there is a shortcut right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Rose? Heart. I need to put on the... Yeah, I know. Can I switch? What? Yeah. I remember there was a ferry right here. Was it here? Can I... was that? What was that? Wait, what was that? Oh, it was just the check. I see. That also doesn't break. Come on. It would be funny if she actually caught the bridge while you were on it in this moment. I don't know why he's going over friendship right here. Or maybe he's talking about my friendship with the Gorons. Tell me the rent title card is been streaming for 10 hours? Really? They are still at it, huh? Passion friendship will last only to Raja's power tree, you will know which way to go. The Bolero of Fire. From the entire Ocarina of Time music, the one I like the most is the Bolero of Fire. Yeah. When it comes to the entirety of Zelda, is the Out of Order. But here, specifically in this game, is the Bolero of Fire. Yeah. Okay, so we are now going into the Fire Temple. Ouch. Welcome to the Fire Temple. Okay, so this is the first room. And I already kind of want to move the camera with the ground cursor. We have a few keys flying around. The room is actually way more barren than I remember. We have this blocking the way right here. The stairs, there is not that much decoration now that I look at it. The stairs are kinda wonky. They are kinda inclined. I don't remember that. Huh. We have the fire right here. We have a locked door. An open door. So we have basically 2 ways to go, according to this. Yeah. Do we see enemies that you can basically ignore if you want to? Huh. So 2 paths. Down here or down over there? Okay. So... let's start with the bottom path. Here we can see the dungeon key right there. This guy is too scared to notice you. So this room is basically a dead end. Huh. It's a shortcut. Once you get the dungeon key, this cell is going to open, leading you exactly out of here, right? So, because we know this part right here is a shortcut, an exit, that means the actual door to the boss room should be really close. Damn it. Right? That's telling us the boss room is close, because that's the end of the loop in theory. Okay, now we're here and there is the boss room. Grown so big since last I saw you. Bulbagia. Huh. While I'm trying to deal with the dragon, please save my people. The prisoner cells are in the opposite direction. Connie, did you mute? Okay, he somehow managed to enter the boss room without the key. Huh. I see there is a hook shot. It right there. There is a button over there. Okay, so here we have a button. I believe the other door we saw was locked, right? So we need to find the key. And for some reason he came here but he didn't release this Goron? Narunia? That's kinda weird, in my opinion. I actually don't remember this guy being right outside the dungeon room. Huh. So he basically tells you you need to go and do something about this pillar right here. You can actually see where it will fall right there, right? Otherwise you cannot really jump to the platform with the boss key. Interesting. We have this chest right here with a key. So they are basically forcing you to watch that cutscene by putting a key in this room, right? It doesn't make sense that Arjunia didn't save this Goron. That was really close. So basically this whole sequence is just to sell you the story bit for this dungeon, which is quite interesting. Huh. So they are using the dungeon keys to write a story within the dungeon. Huh. Interesting. Why is there a wooden chest inside a volcano? Wait. Yeah, that's a good question. That should not be a wooden chest. You are indeed correct. I missed, but I'm okay. Apparently. The lava is just a suggestion. And here I believe I need to do... that. And here we only have this. Bombs, another fairy. And more bombs. Huh. Interesting. So these are basically preparation to actually go into the boss. They are giving you two fairies to face the boss with. Yeah, so they use a boss key to guide you directly into the cutscene. Huh. Interesting. I never thought about it. You can actually use the keys to make a sequence of cutscenes within a dungeon to basically tell a story within the dungeon? Huh. That actually can be extremely useful if you want to add more interesting interactions within the dungeon. Yeah. Okay, so we are right here, right? Huh. So we are entered through here and we see this. We have a bunch of keys flying around. I see there is a path right there and a path over here. Ah, you can actually climb onto that. Okay, so to our right we have this. You can actually tell it might be... there might be a door right here, right? So smart players might be inclined to actually put a bomb right here, right? Which I suppose is a good bit of game design, even though it feels a bit weird because they never actually taught you that kind of stuff before. Right? And over here you have a block up there and what it looks like a door right here, but it seems like you can actually push a block in this area to fit right here. Huh. And so you have that block of time right there. Huh. Okay. This room might look very dangerous with the lava and everything, but the lava actually doesn't hurt you fast enough to be meaningful. You can literally take your time running around. There is not that much danger in here. Even though it looks kinda like there is a bunch of danger. Unless you are really bad at platforming like me. Okay, and straight forward you have a locked door. So basically the path forward is over here. You have a bomba wall on one side and this door over here. Yeah, the damage on lava maybe increases the longer you're in there. Yeah. Let me actually check that. If I stand in the lava, we have one Carter. One Carter. One Carter. Nope, it's only 1/4 of a heart every time. So it's not actually increasing over time. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so this is the most reasonable direction the player might go into if you are talking about a noob, right? That could certainly be boosted to add pressure to stay out the lava in other games, yes. So here immediately we run into a little gel with a guy in here. Hello. A wall that you can destroy with the Goron's special crop will sound different than regular wall if you hit it with your sword. Now that's an interesting hint. A bomba bogo wall sounds different than a normal wall when you attack it. Interesting. And this gives you one key. Okay, so here basically you got one key for a single room. So there is only one room on this side, given the current access you have in this area. Interesting. So here they told us when you hit a wall, it will sound different when it's bombable, right? So this sound. It does sound different. Interesting. Okay, so there is a hint for this wall. Huh. Okay, let's see over here. Over here we have another jail cell. Huh. There are switches in this temple that can be that you have to cut to activate, but you can also use the Goron special crop to do the job. So they are telling you you can strike some switches to enable them, or you can use the bombs. Interesting. So now you have two keys. On each side there is only one cell with a key on each side of this room. And this room is basically encouraging you to do platforming, right? Because most players will not just randomly jump into the lava like I do, right? So they will be most likely trying not to fall into the lava and just practicing the controls. So for some reason in this temple, they are basically training you to do platforming. This isn't the first time we come across bomba walls, right? Yeah, it's not the first time. On Dodongo's cavern, I believe we encountered quite a few. Yeah, but they looked different. Yes. They were very bluntly marked as bomba walls, while this one in particular could be confused with part of the scenography. Yeah. Maybe. But most players will probably still suspect something of that wall. So now that we have those... Now that I think about it... Ah. Now that I think about it, you don't actually see that there is a hole there clearly from anywhere in the room. Because most players will not really look up. But there is actually a hole right there. Basically, you fall from up there, you are going to fall down here. Yeah. But you don't see it clearly from down below. Huh. Okay, so now to the structure of this place. This particular room is very complex compared to other rooms. Ah. Right? Ah. Damn it. You come from here, right? So you have many paths to take around the room, right? One is going through here, on the side, towards that direction. You can actually just literally walk all the way over here without issue, right? The other one is doing platforming through here when jumping off the bridge into this platform right here. So you have two paths right here to the left. If you keep going this way, you get one extra path right here, down here, in case you fall from the bridge. That directs you towards this area, that redirects you to this platform right here. Okay. Also, this encourages you to do platforming that way. Basically go jumping around these platforms, trying to reach all the way over there. Over here, coming from the same direction, you have another path going right here, that leads this way. From here you might be inclined to run to the other side, or you might try to catch the block right here, trying to get into that one. Ah. Right, but you're encouraged to do platforming again. There is enough time to you climb over and jump. Huh. So this is basically just training for platforming in general. It's basically a little playground. And because you are mandated to wear the red tunic to be inside the fire temple, you are low-key protected from the lava? Huh. Interesting. And yet, both paths only take you to a cell with a key. So this place is specifically made to encourage platforming, from what I can tell. Okay. So now we're here. And the music kinda changed. A more silent one. We have a net. We have a way up and down. Maybe... yeah, just very difficult to actually climb up. Huh, interesting. So they are making it hard for you to go up. Huh, that's so weird. So if you walk here, you will be encouraged to use the hook shot. Ouch. Right? To do this. Interesting. Also, this thing makes you slide down. Huh. Interesting. So basically this is meant to be a one-way path? We could just slide right there. Let me drink some milk. So they basically, if you fall, they encourage you to use the hook shot to climb up here. But funny enough, has there been any point in the game where they teach you can actually hook shot into these cages before this? I don't believe there has been such occasion. Has it? And here you have this. Huh, those are immune to the Nekonuts. And here you have that, basically a little puzzle, I suppose you could call it. Not much a puzzle, but it's teaching you can push blocks into the fire geyser. I wonder how much could be a try to common gain knowledge of the time and how red bars always mean it's explosive. Yeah, actually, I believe red explosive barrels was already very common because of Duke Nukem and Doom and Quake. I believe they use it also. Yeah. But yeah, basically this room is structured in such a way you are required to figure out you can actually climb into the cage. Because the wood plank right there makes you slide back if you try go back. From below, you need to use the hook shot to get back up by force, so you need to aim for the cage. So they're basically teaching you can climb the cage here, right? And here they want you to push this. And here is another key. So if you didn't find the other room, the one bomba will go out, you will be stuck right here. And you will need to go back. Huh. It makes me wonder if the Stone of Time that I found before will block me in some way, because I didn't actually check that area. Yeah. Ah. These ones drop magic, which is kind of weird. Then you have this thing. And that only removes the fire from that. So you are forced to jump through here? Yeah, you can actually make that jump. Spicy locks? Yeah. Yeah, those enemies are basically there to just be a little bit of threat without really targeting you. So this is where they want you to put the block, right? And from here you can jump on top of here. And you know now that you can actually climb this. Right? Now this is blocked by fire. And you can either do the what to call it? The time attack of going over here, landing over here, going up here, and going all the way up, which sounds like it's a bit too tight to actually be feasible, right? But the hint that you got from the Goron before in one of the cells told you you can actually use bombs to trigger the switch, right? So you can literally do this. And go. So there is a hint right there, right? If you are paying attention, you know how to solve this puzzle. And they are actually using the cages, so you can actually travel between levels within the dungeon. Yeah. This is the little labyrinth right here. So over here you have that crack that you can actually see there. Oh, I can actually hear the... Wait. Oh, you hear that? The sound of the Skulltula plus the noise of the sword hitting the wall let you know there is a secret room right here. Okay, that's actually very well set up. If you're actually paying attention to what the Corons were saying. Yeah. I don't know how many players would actually pay attention, but it's actually a nice setup. Yeah. There is a locked door right here. Let's see what else. Ouch. There is a switch there. There is a yellow up there. Ouch. Yeah, the camera really changes a lot. So here we have a switch for a cage. Okay, what's the secret? In this temple there are doors that fall down when you try to open them. When one of these doors starts to fall, move. If you use a sample of the Gorong special, you can break it. So they are telling you here there are fake doors in the dungeon. Okay. It's not very well explained because they don't really tell you that the door is going to do damage. Yeah. But it is there, I suppose. The explanation. Just checking if the wall is real. We have a switch up there. And this is where I was, right? This is where I got the Skulltula. And over here is the other door we found. Let's say we find this door before we find the locked door and go through it. Here we have a switch with another gel. Huh. When you are on fire, you can put it out by swinging the sword or by running forward. That's interesting. So there is a mechanic for you to put yourself off fire. And here's another key. So regardless of which key you find, you will get a key. Also, I'm noticing a pattern with this dungeon. Basically, the most complex rooms only lead to either progress or these cells, right? They either lead to a dead end with a new key or progress. And progress is always blocked behind the locked door. So basically, the structure they are going for is these huge, complex rooms with little, like, branches that have keys that prevent you to going further, right? So, in order to clear this dungeon, the simplest way would be to explore carefully the entire complex room before proceeding through the locked door. Huh. Interesting. Okay, now here I believe we are right above the bridge we saw before. I'm afraid of falling down. Yeah, you can actually see the room below. Interesting. If you are brave, you can try to go for the recovery hearts. I don't recommend it. You can see there is a locked door right there. Oh, I can see the eye over there. Interesting. So he's rewarding you for actually paying attention to the room. So there is a good chance if you have not found all the cells in the previous room and you examine this room carefully, you might actually see the eye here. And this does exactly what again? Okay. That actually opens the door, huh? It's going to be annoying to go through this. Okay. So what's over here? A cage with a chest. Interesting. This is the map. Huh. Now, this map is really, really, really far away from the entrance. Yeah, now that I think about it, we have not found the compass or the map so far. Interesting. Huh. If we check this area, this cage cannot be climbed. You can actually see a bit of this little room beyond it. Huh. So chances are that you will miss this door, at least the switch up there, the first time you pass through this room, right? Unless you are missing a key and you are likely in examining this room. So if we go through here, we get into this room that we saw from there. A little cutscene, the fire is moving forward, encouraging you to run forward, right? So here you're going to go see, you're going to likely see the chest while running, which will make you wonder if you can actually get to it. Yeah, because you can actually not reach it from here, because the cage is blocking your path. So you might actually go back and try to figure out a way to go to that particular room, right? And given the current map, you will probably try to go from the room in the center. Huh. Okay, so that means I got the map a little bit earlier than the designers were intending. Okay, so the correct sequence would be doing this little chase sequence with the fire. See the chest, go back to the room you were initially and look for a way into the area with the chest. I see. Interesting. I also saw the key inside the room. Just to make note of it, there is a locked door over there. Right? Now we're here on the second floor of the little labyrinth we had before. To the left, I cannot really see anything useful. To the right, there is no path but going back. Oh, that's interesting. What's up there? Huh. I never actually noticed it, that area up there. What is over there? Does anyone know? Wait, is there a hole above me? There is a hole above me. Huh. I never noticed that. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So here we go over here. I take care of this guy. Okay, this is... What's up? I hear Goron voices down below. Interesting. So she didn't explicitly tell you to bump the floor, but you can actually see there is something behind. I can see that switch right there that I want to reach. But first I wanna check these areas to over here. Is there anything here? No secret wall? Okay. No secret wall. Okay, so let's check. I don't actually need the ocarina for now, so... So this place has a passage below. Interesting. Where does this lead? Oh, there is a switch. So this leads to another chamber right here. Somewhere in this temple, you are sure to meet up with someone, with some creatures that dance as they attack. Arrows won't hurt them. Look like you might need to some of the gun spirit crop as they'll capture you. So they are telling you to use bombs on the dancing enemies. Okay. Sounds like they are preparing you for the mini boss. Okay, so this gives us a key and opens a shortcut from this part of the dungeon all the way up. Interesting. So in case you fall while trying to cross the little empty room, you have a way to go up. Okay, this is a shortcut. Interesting. Oh. I find it very interesting that the slugs always drop magic. Have you noticed that? The slugs are always dropping magic, which is very weird. Because you have no incentive to actually use magic to kill them? Huh. Okay, so we have this switch right here. And the switch opens a cage all the way over there. Ah, thank you, Navi. Very helpful. Yeah, they always drop magic, which is very weird. What do they always drop magic? I also see that hole over there that is very suspicious. It's very interesting how they basically use these two levels of the labyrinth to create different challenges. One is find your path, and the other is a platforming challenge. Very intelligent. Yeah, they always drop magic. That's so weird. What item would we have that requires magic? That could kill the slugs? Wait. Item that requires magic that can kill the slugs. It cannot be these ones. This fire shouldn't do that much damage against fire slugs. And the other ones don't really use magic. Wait. Is this where you are supposed to use the ice arrows? Huh? Wait. Is there any other item, attack item in the game that uses magic? Wait. Huh. Wait. What items are missing? The gauntlets, the iron boots, the long shot. What else? The lens of truth, the hover boots, fire arrows, light arrows. Fire arrows shouldn't be the correct answer. Yeah, there is no reason for you to use magic here. None of your items actually consume magic. The only thing that could consume magic is your spin attack, right? But I don't know if that's a good choice given how the slugs basically attack quite a lot, right? They are very aggressive. So you might not actually have the time to charge your attack. Huh. Is there any items that use magic? Yeah, I could try using fire on the slugs just to see what happens. Hello. I release me, I'm free to go. Okay, secret. If you find a place that you can't see on the map but can reach, try playing your ocarina. Aha, so they are telling you right here, you cannot progress without your ocarina. Okay. Okay, I have two keys, right? Now the only door that I know that is locked is the one that is on the other side from here, right? And the spot where we did a little chase sequence with the fire, right? You can see there are a bunch of doors, places you can not actually reach. There is even a F5. Yeah, I could try using the ocarina. I'm going to have to go that way anyway, so yeah, I can give it a try. That's the shortcut, and that's the place where you need to use the ocarina. Maybe. Okay, so you would need to use the ocarina here, right? Let's see. I actually don't remember this pillar right here. It doesn't look like anything happened. What was the song of time? I already forgot. Song of time. Write a zombie. Okay. No. Huh. Interesting. That's weird. Okay, so here we have the little racetrack. Oh. Now it starts on the other side. Interesting. Okay. So we can actually access this area. What does the new song we just got do? The Song of Storms? It just makes it rain. This one? Hola. Bienvenido, bienvenido. It's raining inside a dungeon. With lighting and everything. Ah, that just teleports us to the Temple of Fire. It's just a warp. Yeah. Bien, bien, ¿cómo estás tú, no? Spy? Bienvenido. Okay, so we reached this spot. It's just a little hallway. And that leads us to this place. Huh. This is a new complex room. Okay, so she's telling us this is the room above the boss room. God damn it. Ah, come on. Damn it. Okay, we have this. That is not actually a door. So let me kill it. Okay, that got rid of that door. That's a dead end right here. Dead end, dead end. Ah, shit. Okay, that path is blocked. Good to know. Ah, really? Damn it. What is this? Just a hole? A little hole? Huh, interesting. Are we supposed to put something there? That's a really random hole. Digo porque seguramente el final digo en la escuela y ahora no sé si alguna latino cae en alguna parte que te esperas o algo así, pero más probable es que capaz si alguna lo tenga. Yeah, that's probably true, especially if you didn't lock it. Especialmente si no lo bloqueaste con un pin o algo. Ouch. This is basically a labyrinth, huh? Ouch. Ah, shit. Ah, damn it. I always walk just a little bit too far forward. We have some recovery items right here. Ah. Okay. Ah, shit. Okay, so we reached this place, right? We cannot reach the door up there. The other one is basically blocked by the labyrinth of fire. Yeah. Sí, pero pues como dije, tengo nada más importante, no sabe lo más que es perder mi número por la sim. Yeah. Eso sí es probablemente el único problema. La sim, yeah. Okay, so we're here. We have Goron trapping here. We can see Navi triggering here. If we observe the room, we are probably above the hole we saw before, right? We can also see this room have various exits, not just the one we came from. So that's basically telling us there is another level for this room, right? There we go. That's interesting. Where was this block, I wonder? Before that. Oh, it was there. Interesting, it was all the way over there. Huh. That's interesting. There is a switch, I see, so you cannot actually press the switch without moving the block. Interesting. So they are telling you to jump over here. This switch looks rusted. So basically you cannot actually press it. Huh. Interesting. That's very interesting. Huh. So we encounter our staircase that requires the dungeon item, and this is also rusted. But we have a door over there. Oh, that's where we came from. Ah, damn it. Okay. So basically, I basically went in the wrong direction. Ah. Ouch. Ah. Huh. These are not dropping hearts. Huh. They didn't drop anything, huh? That's weird. Is Arthos like one-time consumables? Okay, so there is this right here. So we go over here. We go across. So we are on the other side right here. This is the only way to get onto this side, apparently. We have the barrier fire right there. Huh. Yeah, this whole side is blocked by the wildfire. Let me first check where the door is. Right here? Not here. Ah, damn it. So the path is through here. Okay, good to know. So we press this. They're giving me bombs and hearts. So I got the feeling I might be about to encounter the mini boss. That's definitely not a real door. Yeah. Okay, this is the mini boss. Okay, knowing that he's quick to the bombs is very OP. Yeah. Actually, knowing that tip, the one where they tell you to use bombs against him, is actually very OP. I never actually had that much problem with this particular boss, but this particular time it was way easier than before. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, they also warned us that arrows didn't work. Yeah. Okay, so going here, and this place is that I can see there is fire up there. You have this, and this is basically the same puzzle we had before. Just a little bit easier, I suppose. So they basically repeated a puzzle that was... This version is actually easier than the one to found before, interestingly. And here we are all the way to the top, I believe. And here they put your platforming in to the test, I suppose you could say. Yeah. Wow, this really won't let me trigger it, huh? Ah, I fell. Let me see if there is anything over here. That's nothing. Oh. That was a tiny bit scary. Okay. Ah, I missed completely. Lovely. Ouch. Well, at least you didn't fall all the way to the bottom. Yeah, these controls are not precise enough to actually let you do such a perfect maneuver. Ah. Ah, shit. At least it's not that of a big circular runs, I will say. It's still a bit annoying, but not that... It's actually more annoying than I thought it was going to be, but... It's not that bad, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, so we are right here, right? One thing I could do is just get rid of the keys. That's an option. I could just snipe them, so they are not so annoying. That's one option. Or I could just try to rush it. Ah! That's so annoying. Okay. What? Damn it. Ouch. 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 Ah, I forgot there was a wall right there. Yeah, it's kind of punishing, especially if you fall inwards, apparently. Hold on, let me grab more bombs because I'm going to need them. Really? They are not respawning, huh? Yeah, they are not respawning. That's so weird. Can you grapple above the plane? We change the step for using a bomb? That actually probably might be an option. I never actually tested. Really? This particular net you can actually not grapple to it? Seriously? Huh. Did they notice that people could do that? And they decided to disable? Now that's one seriously big inconsistency here. Huh. Because the other nets you can actually grapple to. At least that's what they showed us earlier in the dungeon. Yeah, that's very weird. Huh. Okay. This is annoying. I could maybe rush through here? Is that an option? You might actually be able to rush through here. Huh. You might actually be able to just... Ouch. Rush through that? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you just jump to the side while running on the other one. That might be an option. It depends on how much time we actually have. Yeah. I can try. That would be very interesting if you can actually do it. Really? I cannot reach it? Huh. Okay, so you cannot actually do it. You only get halfway through using that. So they are basically telling you to use the little stairs, which is kind of annoying. Got it. Okay, so here you get the dungeon item, which is very interesting. Huh. Interesting instrument. Right? We have this over here. There is this thing right here. Shiny, yes. So we have this block that kind of moves a little bit. And this goes down. One level, interesting. What is down here? Oh, a little door right here. Is this the way you're telling you how to use the hammer to destroy the dumplings? Interesting. There is another ramp here that basically triggers that cinematic, which is quite nice. I like it. And you have this switch. Ah. So basically you need something to press the switch. That's interesting. Is this the only place in the game where you need to do this? I wonder. In the temple, I mean? Yeah, they tell you about the hammer at the very beginning of the dungeon. Yeah. What I'm questioning is this little path. Because I thought I could just go back through the way I came. Which is very weird for me to be having to do this runaround way. Where am I? I'm right about the flaming area. Huh. So if I hit this, that drops, making a little footstep right there. Interesting. Allowing you to go in here, and there is this switch that opens that. And in here you are in this area we saw before. So basically they lead you straight to where you need to use the hammer. That's interesting because if you fall from the area of the hammer, where you get it, you actually fall down here. So you could actually skip that whole shortcut making part by just jumping down here. Yeah. Huh. A door is hidden inside the statue at the entrance of this temple. Ah, here they are telling you the strike of the hammer is stronger than the bomb. Interesting. So here we had another key. So we have one key to use, which is interesting. Where have we seen a door we have not opened yet? I wonder. Ah, really? This should open the path to the dungeon boss, I believe. If I jump down here, I should lead straight to the dungeon boss. Right? But I still have a key, which is weird. Does that mean I'm missing a room? Yeah, I'm missing a room. On the top right. Interesting. And a whole area on F5. Huh, and a few bits down there. Interesting. So I'm basically back to the... boss room already, but I have not finished everything yet, which is a bit weird. Huh. Ah, yes, ahora, es cierto. Let me at least check this little bit of the dungeon before we proceed. Before we stop, I mean. So according to this, I'm missing... Let me shoot. But damn it, Nami. I'm missing a door over there. Right here. Did I not enter into that room? Huh. Wait, I've been wondering something. Can I just... Oh wait, can I jump on those? Wait. I can jump on this. I didn't know that. Does that mean I can backflip over the flames? I can backflip over the flames. Oh! I didn't know that. That's new? I actually didn't know that. Interesting. Okay, I missed a door over here. Ouch. This door right here. Oh. Ah, damn it. Ah, damn it. This door I never actually went through it. And here there is just a single chest. Is this the compass? So I mistakenly skipped over the compass. Okay. Interesting. So you basically get the map and the compass almost at the same time in this area. Interesting. I see there is a hole one side that I seem to be missing. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I have not yet reached the boss key, have I? Ouch. So here we would usually just drop. Right, and we are in front of the boss room. I forgot you cannot actually reach that. Okay, so we are back here. All right, they told us about the totem in the entrance. Yeah. So they are telling us to go back here and go through this area. So basically, the dungeon item is blocking like one half of the dungeon. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I suppose we can stop here for today. We didn't quite finish the Fire Temple. I actually thought I could beat this today. Huh. But yeah, here the structure of the Fire Temple seems to be based around complex rooms surrounded by little branched paths with keys to basically encourage you to go through the complex room many times, right? So they are these small branches paths with keys the complex room in the center that it is basically teaching you something in particular or with a specific goal, right? The first room is basically a platforming challenge. The next complex room is a labyrinth. The next is a platforming challenge without so much issues. You just need to climb back up if you fall. Then the next one is an invisible labyrinth with wobbles of fire, right? And the next one to get the dungeon item is basically a time attack to get to the actual chest. And now they are sending us back to the start of the dungeon to open a whole new sections, which is interesting. Yeah. And we saw one new loop-de-loop when in the dungeon. Yeah. But only one. Beyond that, we have not really had that many loops as we saw in the Forest Temple, which is quite interesting. Huh. That's so interesting, actually. Okay. I suppose I will be stopping here then. Yeah. Yeah, the maze that is reused as a platformer. Yes. That's a very interesting spot also. Yeah. Huh. Okay, let's go back to my room.
I think I mistook it for another. We might be a bit lost. Dodge Master. Really begs the question why they would lock ice arrows in such an endgame area. I think Goron City soundtrack would be perfect song to play at my wake.
Yeah, the Fire Temple is very interesting. The philosophy of the structure they are using is very interesting. They are basically having like several hub areas that function like a challenge with branches paths that are basically a hallway and a room with a reward. Yeah, and they make you crisscross through the room that serves as a code, as a challenge. And then you can proceed to the next one once you have explored the branches paths. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yes. Huh. I never thought about that structure, but it makes quite a lot of sense. That also makes it so there is no loops within the dungeon, or far less loops. And they also use shortcuts, so you don't have to retrace so far if you happen to make a mistake. Yeah. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting dungeon structure. I like it. I never had considered that structure to be a possibility. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Either way, we will continue this later. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. Gracias por venir al directo. Y los veré mañana para Noche de Comunidad. I will see you guys tomorrow for Community Night. Yeah. I also need to make a Discord bot because the one I was using no longer works. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Good night. Buenas noches. Que descansen. Bye bye. Good night. Buenas noches. Adiós. Good night. Bye bye. Yeah. My streaming time are not very friendly for people that are not in the Americas. Yeah. But I'm glad you managed to catch the stream. Yes. Good night. Bye bye. Rest well. Thank you for coming. Buenas noches. Que descansen. Bye bye. Good night. Rest well. Bye bye. Hasta mañana.
Yes. Yes, there are damned forced stealth sections. Wait. I think this dungeon would be much easier if aiming wasn't so hard. Respect obtained. It's like the Mantis village in Hollow Knight. Technically no one has died so far in this whole dungeon. Try nuke, Dodge Master. Toasty really begs the question why they would lock ice arrows in such an endgame area. Ice arrows are too OP. It might have been a time problem. They utilized them a lot more in Majora's Mask, and I assume development for that started right after it was finished. I hear Majora's Mask was made in like under a year. Jesus. Old game devs are built different. Yeah, and using a leftover idea like ice arrows makes sense. Meanwhile, modern AAA games with $100 million budgets in 3-year development. I like asset reuse actually. My favorite studio does it a lot and it makes for really short dev times. Does it tell you where holes are? Guy wanna bite something. Milk, glowing star emoji. Oh well, I guess we can just bomb every square inch of the map. Try bomb. I think Goron City soundtrack would be perfect song to play at my wake. Rumble rumble, you found a secret. The Hermit Trend title card has now been streaming for 10 hours. Ooh, this one sounds nice. I was just thinking the same thing too lol. Why is there a wooden chest inside a volcano? Brown on brown too, skull emoji. Damage from magma could probably exponentiate the longer you are in it. Not a whole lot of danger, proceeds to get hit several times in a row lol. That could certainly be boosted to add pressure to stay out of lava in other games haha. Wait, this isn't the first time we've come across bombable walls, right? Attrition is no joke. I wonder how much could be attributed to common game knowledge of the time, like how red barrels always mean it's explosive. Spicy slugs. Camera changes a lot here. Magic slugs. Why give magic if nowhere to use magic? Try fire on fire slugs, maybe you'll get super fire slugs. That pillar in this room we can't reach. Does Ocarina work there? What does the new song we just got do? Holim. Shake gave us in the fire area. Komotan? Honeybee emoji. Posno sabria si deathia si pian, mal, las tu cosas o algo así, frowning face emoji. Digo pusemi olvido mi teléfono antiguo en la escuela y ahora no sé si algún random lo tiene o llego a caer en alguna partida a petos pedidos o algo así. Pero lo más probable es que capaz y algún random lo tenga. Aunque sí que bueno que alía no tengo nada pues como se había estabilizado y no tenía nada importante ali pues xd. Pues lo tenía así no más sin ningún pin, pero pues como dije ya no tengo nada importante almacenado, lo máximo sería perder mi número por la SIM. Y pues otra cosa es que perdí mi camión que iba para mi pueblo, no más porque me fui a un Oxxo para comprar datos, frowning face emoji. Y también cuando iba a retirar dinero de mi tarjeta del Oxxo pues no pude porque no me sabía mi propia NIP. Pero pues eso es lo de menos ya que ya vi cuál es mediante la aplicación de Oxxo Spin y eso. They also warned us that arrows don't work on him I think. You almost had it. This part is very punishing it seems. Yo a punto de hacer un water drop en el never. Can you grapple above the flame with the chains instead of using a bomb? Shiny. They do tell us about the hammer at the very beginning of the dungeon though. Can you hit the switch with the hammer? RC la, 10 o'clock emoji. Frowning face emoji. This dungeon is big. There is also the maze that reuses the top as a platformer. That one was pretty neat. Thank you for the stream, nice that I could catch one for once. Hasta mañana, DDDT. Croissant. Banana emoji. Bread. Chill cat. Strawberry emoji. Bye bye. Honeybee emoji. Bye DDDDT.